welcome to another episode of A Cosmic Conversation with me, Tina.
And me, Marie. Hi, everyone.
And today we're going to talk about aliens.
Yeah, this is something you've been chatting about for the last few days, isn't it?
Assuming that, well, do you believe in aliens first?
I don't know. I do actually. I'm always on the fence, mate. You should know that. But I do believe in something. I do believe that there are people, I think, pulling our strings.
Well, when you look at the size of the universe, we can't be the only planet in the whole universe with life. We can't be.
I agree with that.
And if there is intelligent life, we've been going for millions of years, and other galaxies have been going for millions of years longer than us. So there obviously must be something more intelligent than us, way ahead of us.
Oh God, yeah, quite more intelligent, I think. But there's lots of things about. Oh, there's a truck. Oh yeah, everyone, we're still a location podcast, and we're down at the ranch with all the dogs because we're building at the moment.
And they're quiet because they've been fed.
Yeah. So I was going to say, but it always seems to be that it's put across to people that whoever they are, whatever it is, it's doing it for evil. You know what I mean?
I think that's the movies that do that, because the conspiracies that go around aliens, isn't it? And we're not talking about UFOs today. It's just the actual ETs themselves.
Yeah.
So that will be another podcast on UFOs or UAPs. But when you look at like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or you look at what was it? Was it called Judgment Day or something? The
Will Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that? See, all the bad aliens, they're all bad, aren't they? They come to invade Earth.
And all they want to do is harm.
Actually, I think it's the opposite, because looking at the races people have put out on YouTube and media, I think we should talk about today the main ones in the conspiracy theories. The reptilians, which David Icke goes on about, doesn't he? And shapeshifters, which are in the elite, the royal families, presidents, blah blah. The greys, which people say they get abducted by, which I think
with the big eyes. And
yeah,
the big
I
head.
think again a lot of that is the CIA parading as alien abductions.
Do you?
Yeah. So that's been said, and then I think we should leave the nice ones till last.
Okay.
A lot of people say like Pleiadians and light beings, they survive on a different frequency, so they can come in and out of dimensions, which is why they're UFOs, if you want to call them that. They go in and out of existence. They're not coming in and out of our atmosphere. They're literally coming in and out of existence.
Yeah, but I think sometimes that like sightings and things like that, they've made some of them up. Right. Hear me out. They've made it up to put fear into people. I keep coming back to the bad thing. But there again, when a lot of people see the same thing, are you telling me that's not real? Like not so long ago over in Turkey, there's people filming at different points of Turkey, and they couldn't like dispel that. They couldn't say it was a myth or anything. It was real. Some of the conspiracy people, they say it's like on one side and the other is that's been done with not AI, but it's been done edited and
You're
things like that.
You're talking about UFOs.
Yeah, but hear me out, right? And all that, right? But when it comes to like you on about shape-shifting and things like that, I think that's been edited and things like that, right? Yeah, come back at me, right? I think some of it's been edited, but there again, there's some things, like I'm talking about the UFOs, there's some of them you can't deny. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
It always starts off like with crop circles. It always starts off with the original thing being sincere and genuine.
Yes,
And then you
that's what
get
I'm
the
on about.
fakers, which
Yeah.
spoil it all.
Well, the thing is, I think it can be governmental, like, what's the word? Trying to make it. It's all put on. Don't worry about it. Go on, go and see that war over there. You know, the low frequency war. Go and have that over there because they're not real. But yet, what about all this? There's people who have given testimonies, eyewitness accounts of people shapeshifting, or there's been films, video of people it
A
happening.
lot of music video, and like with the Illuminati now, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of famous people that they've basically sold their soul, haven't they?
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
And that is part and package of like bowing down to the reptilian race. We'll give you fame and fortune and all the money you want, but you have to.
We'll give you the
work for
adoration
us.
that you want. Yeah.
And then it's all these little secret handshakes and stuff, and so we was watching one the other day. What was her name? She was singing, and then her eye went. And you said,
Oh, I don't know.
Is
She's
she
messing
playing
about.
up? Yeah, but what's her name?
Katy Perry.
Yeah, she was touching her face. You try and do what she did with the eyes. I can't do it. I literally tried doing it myself. But, I mean, that's just one of the millions. When you look at the royal family, they've been seen on YouTube. And I've told you I've seen a queen and I've seen how black her eyes are.
You met her, didn't you?
And a lot of people have said the same thing with, like, reptilian. Their eyes go completely black. And it reminds me of a shark.
All right.
There's no, when you look into a shark's eyes, they're dead.
I've never been that close, love.
Dead.
No, never been that
No,
close.
I've not. But when you see them on, the
Yeah.
nature films and that, and you see people underwater with them, when you look at a shark's eyes, they are just like, there's nothing in there. They live to kill. That's what sharks do. They just swim and they kill.
Are you saying that the reptilians do?
So the reptilians, as far as the conspiracy is, they feed off of human emotion, the negative emotions like fear, anxiety, and
Depression.
Yeah, and that's their food. And then you've got, say, like all right, we'll say the royals, yeah? We'll say the elite, the
Who do you mean by
president.
the elite? Oh,
remember the people in power.
Yes.
Or as our friend Ingrid
you
says,
mean
the powers that shouldn't be.
Do you mean the people in power who there are people above them who
That's
are in
right.
power?
So when you look at the presidents of America, they're all puppets. And I think they're either possessed by these and, shape-shifting, or they are at that higher, they have a hierarchy, that they're higher, that they are pure. And when David Icke, when he goes into it, I used to follow him a lot years ago. He says that, like Lady Diana, remember
she was
I was
named after a
telling
god,
you,
wasn't she?
Yeah, the
Was it
dark eyes, isn't it, and the dark hair.
Was
When
it-
you think about the war and Hitler, it was all blonde and blue eyes because the reptilian race are dark, like dark eyes, and to keep on this frequency, as in the human body, they need the genes of blonde people. And I think years ago that's where, like, dumb blondes, because I think dark-eyed people are more spiritual than blue-eyed.
Oh,
Yeah, use the word spiritual loosely because I don't like that word, but more open maybe to the universe than a blue-eyed, because they're more sort
open
of
to what they
to
see in front of
Earth.
their eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the reptilians, they need to breed into the blue eyes, and I think that's where Diana came in. They needed that because otherwise they will lose their ability.
Yeah, well, I'm going
to
to be
shape-shift to human.
I might be controversial, but she was a baby making machine weren't she?
Yeah, and
I'm a Diana fan.
she was
Sorry,
chosen.
but,
So am I.
yeah.
She was chosen from
Yeah.
childhood that she was going to breed.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it sounds really really.
That's how they are.
Cut and
though.
dry, but
when you think of the royals, they're cold. They send all their kids to school, send them away. There's no love. There's no love connection between the royals and their children.
Do you mean human love?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've been listening to you. Yeah, but I mean, like, what was it? Where was she when she passed away? Was it the 13th pillar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all. It's a ritual thing with the reptilians. Everything's ritualistic.
And underneath that tunnel, and I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's called something, isn't it? And
French,
that's
yeah.
very significant to the powers that be.
Yeah. So that's the reptilians in a nutshell.
Is that it?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot more.
Well, if we find any more, can we do another podcast?
Yeah. Let's go on to the greys, because the greys are what people usually say they've been abducted by, and they're the skinny ones, like on Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And I think he had information.
Yeah,
the
Spielberg
he
had been.
He had information to secret files for sure.
Spielberg
He
had
knew.
been given privileged information, I believe.
Yeah,
You know,
it has
I
been
think it was
said.
Reagan in power then. Not too sure, but you know, whoever it was had given. Oh, apparently, when they showed that movie, I think it was Reagan or whoever was the president said, I think they know a lot more
Yeah.
than they,
Yeah.
you know, showing us here.
But I think the presidents don't even know
I said puppets,
what's
you know.
going on, because I think the CIA is above them.
Oh, don't get me on them.
Yeah.
No. My thoughts about assassinations and things like that, yeah, for another time.
Yeah. So the CIA.
Do you think they're going to come and get us?
Who, the CIA?
Yeah, no.
Well, going on to my experiences, really,
Yeah.
with the Greys, years ago, I think my son Bradley was about 10. One night we were sleeping, as you do. He was in his room, I was in mine, and I don't remember much about the night itself, but I woke up early in the morning with where I've got a tattoo on my right arm. There was like a wire underneath. It felt like a piece of wire. I'd say about 3 inches long, and it ran under my tattoo, like it was like on my forearm.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, I literally saw a grey standing by my bed. Not tall, very skinny, like in the third Close Encounters.
Yeah, because I thought you said that's
the
what
biggish eyes.
the film people have portrayed to you.
Yeah, and you think, like, is it like because you've watched that thing in the past and you're seeing it? But my son woke up and he saw one at his window. I didn't mention
Was
anything.
you on the
He
ground
said,
floor
"Mum,"
by any chance? Because there's a lot of things on through the windows.
No, the bedroom window
Yeah.
was upstairs, and he saw like the face in the window. But with mine, when I woke up, I saw him, whatever it was, and then I felt my arm, felt something in my arm, on my arm, and that was when I felt the line. Got out of bed, and then like an hour or so later, it just disappeared, just like dispersed into the skin, whatever it was. So have I been marked? Have I been some sort of chipped, or I don't know.
What would they want with you?
Exactly. What do they want with anybody that they take? Yeah. Because you get a lot of abductees, don't you, that have, I mean, not being funny, but a lot of them seem to be American. There are British ones, and there was a spate of things going on.
I don't know. I think that's a bit general. I think there's maybe people from all over the world that we don't know about.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think, would you say, not being rude at all, but the American might be more vocal and the more social media, more films about them. Do you know what I mean? That we think it's just the Americans.
Is it a 50-50 where, like, you know, you said some are fake or some believe? To me, that was real, and that thing on my arm was real.
Yeah, I'm not disbelieving you.
Yeah.
I'm not on about
it
you.
wasn't just me seeing it, it was that physical thing on my arm. And the thing is, I had been doing, like I did in the past, a lot of things that they might not agree with. Like when I meditated and got onto things that I shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another podcast. I'm not going to mention that now, but it was to do with NASA.
Teas. Yeah.
So I'm not going to mention that, but obviously that maybe I'm on the sort of watch list, or maybe I was. I don't know. But it just came along at that time, and it was funny that my son saw it at the same time. So I was researching about missions to Mars because it was in the newspaper, and through what I found out, they'd already been. They were already on their way to Mars, and yeah, like I said, that's another podcast that I want to go into at another time.
You know, can I just ask you something? You know, you said, I'm just going to bring you back about the image of an alien, an ET, whatever you want to say, is of this big-headed, big-eyed person in the movies. You said you believed that one was in your presence.
Room. Yeah.
Do you believe that that is a true image of an alien?
Well, if there's all going to be different races, isn't there?
Oh, when you was on about races,
like I said, reptilian races, and there's different races that are interdimensional.
Could you explain that?
Interdimensional, as in we live in the 3D world.
Right.
Interdimensional would be like the 5D world.
Oh, yeah. Like that man was on about Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind or whatever.
In and out of existence.
Yeah.
They exist, but it's like with mediumship, isn't it? Or like saying the dead. When you lose your soul, you're living on another plane or another frequency.
That's why.
That's that word. I always forget that word. Frequency.
Yeah.
So it's living on different frequencies.
Yeah, that the only reason I asked was because that I've had experiences of being in touch with people, and I'm thinking, how can I not believe that there is something else?
And
do you know what I mean?
I have definitely seen, going back to the reptilians, do you remember Big Brother?
Oh,
yes.
What a famous one.
Yeah. No, I've looked on YouTube for this myself and not seen it, but I was watching it live with somebody.
Stephen Baldwin,
It was Stephen Baldwin, and he was going on about religion and the Bible and all that crap. And suddenly,
I think he was talking to Katie Price's ex, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, they were sitting on the sofa together in the Big Brother house, celebrity one, obviously. And then his eyes just went sideways, blink, like a click, like that. And then
like
the screen went black. The live feed cut off. And then it came back to him with dark glasses on. And I just looked and turned at my friend and we both went, did you see that? Now that was a live feed, and then they've realised, and obviously he's come back, put his dark glasses on.
Or he realised. Yeah, well, the cameras must have.
Yeah, the cameramen must have thought, oh shit, his eyes went.
Yeah. And they are so many seconds in front or
they do, don't
watching
they? They do
it
that.
With so many seconds behind, aren't
it's
they?
only a few seconds, though, isn't it? I think. But that was like, I saw that, and it wasn't just watching something on YouTube that you might have thought somebody has changed.
Yeah, edited or something like that.
Same with the Queen face
to
face. That was just pure. There was nothing in her eyes, and she really scared me. That nothingness, that no soul, no child. God, must have been 12.
Mm. There's things on you saying about YouTube. There's videos, isn't there? Of and it's I'm sorry, but when I've been looking at it in the past, it's just like normally newsreaders or news reporters.
That's probably because you've just looked at the feed of newsread, because it is all of them. You can look up, like I said, you can look up the royals, Prince Charles, you can look up presidents, you can look up the security men. There's videos of security shapeshifters, not just eyes, but seeing the whole thing go.
I've seen that.
And this is when like analog TV changed to digital. This all started, people could see it. So for one reason, Ike says that they changed the frequency because, the very chip, it's called, which is the microchip they're now putting in humans.
Yeah.
That needs its own frequency. So changing the analog to digital made that frequency clear for the very
Higher
chip.
or lower or
I don't know, whatever it was. So yes, so it's like, oh, we need room for that one, so we've moved that one. But now it's not worked in their favour because people are seeing it through digital TV. This change.
But those ones that I'd seen, but the ones that I've seen were old.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of really old ones.
Yeah.
I've not looked recently. It was only that Katy Perry one that come up in my feed.
Yeah, I don't know
That-
if she was taking
like
the
in
Mickey
YouTube,
though.
whatever.
You know, because of all the rumours about
But then
her.
they said
But then
Russell Brand was a handler, didn't they?
Yeah, and also some of her videos are very Illuminati.
Yeah, all the signs.
Yeah,
same
symbols.
with
Oh, Beyonce.
yeah, Beyonce and a couple of the other rappers.
Well, I
and
reckon
stuff.
them pair. Yeah, there's something. There's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Jay-Z? Yeah. But I question you about the look of people, because that brings you on to human forms. I was listening to a podcast with David Icke not so long ago, and he was saying that he'd gone to somewhere like a hotel or something that does retreats or something, and it was Ted Heath that was there. This is before David Icke was into whatever he's into, and apparently, like he was saying things were happening to this woman who runs the place, and she sets up rituals in the forest for people. This is going back years. And what he was saying, she said, "I'm glad you've said so much." She said, "Because I'm glad I can talk to somebody about it." And like, what is it? And she said that Ted Heath, like, had the robe on, there was people round in a circle. And cut long story short, he shifted into a reptilian, which made him go about a couple of feet taller.
Wow, yeah.
Right? But nobody in that circle, like, she was watching it, being nosy. Right? She was watching it, or had to go and do something there. But nobody in that circle batted an eyelid, so to speak, And it was like, and he believed her, and she was grateful for it. And I think some people, I'll go back to a few podcasts ago when I say there's people who have like personality, different personalities, or have been deemed mentally ill or dangerous.
Yeah.
And they ain't.
Yeah.
Because they know the truth.
Yeah.
And they're just given drugs, shut your face, shut up, because you're telling people what we don't want them to hear.
Yeah.
They might have seen aliens, they might have had experiences, but
I think we've got more reptilian DNA in us than we have. They say we come from apes, humans.
yeah.
I think that's claptrap.
Do you?
Yeah, I think we have got more reptilian DNA. And another thing, when you look at the word Homo sapien, which is it the Latin word?
Yeah, Homo sapien.
Yeah, Homo. Yeah,
Homo sapien, yeah.
Sapien, I think, is a serpent.
Ah.
So are we human serpent? I think we've got reptilian,
Weren't we
alien
supposed to
DNA.
come out of the water? The evolution.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Was the planet firstly covered in water?
Yeah, we had the ice age, didn't we? And it melted. No, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, there's different theories of how we all started off, because the only thing is, like, there was something I watched the other day and I just went, what? Another a podcast or something. I don't know if they're sensationalising it or it was something they read or something, but they were saying that they're basically putting human embryos into monkeys to for them to grow, to harvest as organs
Yeah, it's
for
illegal,
humans.
but
So how can we have reptilian if that's wouldn't? Oh yeah, so yeah.
I mean, when I
How
say
could that happen
yeah,
if we were more reptilian than?
it could be the brain and the mind, because I remember we
But
was
it's
talking
organs.
about Yeah, but the brain and thought it's just, we don't even know. Is it so many percentage of our
God, we
brain?
only use so much percentage
we
of our
don't even
brain.
know
Yeah.
what it's for, or it's been suppressed from us, and the powers that shouldn't be do know what it's for, you know. And then there's mention of the pineal gland, isn't it? And that's another story, isn't it? So I
We're not
think we
elaborating
are
on some things.
suppressed.
What's that then? The gland, what you're
The
on
pineal
about?
gland is a third, what we call
Oh,
the third
third
eye.
eye.
But you
Yeah.
think that goes back centuries, thousands of years.
That's spoken
you know?
about a lot, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the third eye, and that is again contacting other worlds, as in
Yeah, you're supposed to ground
ETs,
yourself
or other
and
planes, other frequencies.
let yourself be open to stuff, innit? But what about the sacrifices?
What do you mean, the reptilian
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I reckon it goes on.
Oh,
David
I
Icke says it
believe
goes
these
on.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it goes on. When you look at Bohemian Grove in America, and you look at what goes on in the deep in the castles, the royal castles.
Well, apparently, innit, if you have a not nice to talk about, but if you have a child's blood, apparently there's, a child's blood, or if you put fear in somebody,
Yeah.
the stress and the anxiety builds something up in the blood, so when you drink it,
That's
it gives you
right.
more power, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Are you surprised I know that?
Yeah. I mean, before I forget, I was going to say, like, if the more reptilian DNA you could have, the less human you would be. So then you're going on to like serial killers and cold killers. Have they got more reptilian blood? And I bet you, if you looked up, most of them would have dark brown eyes.
Ooh, that's
So
interesting.
There's a thought.
There's some homework for anybody who's listening.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that.
Ah.
Murderers.
You don't see... I could be absolutely wrong. Dharma was blonde hair. I know that from the, straight away. He was blonde. There was some other people.
What colour is his eyes?
Oh, yeah, true. But mostly dark hair, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. And there is something sort of like we've both got dark eyes.
Yes.
You know,
dark
obviously
hair,
when I was young,
grey.
I had black hair. Yeah,
Grey
I
and
had dark hair. And I've always been that way inclined, and I've always known I've been different.
Yeah.
To everybody else.
I wonder if anybody's listening, they feel different, have different thoughts or think the same way as we do, or you do, mostly. And just to say, in all seriousness, you're not alone. You're not alone.
I mean, there's even been, like these greys, going back to the greys, there's even been accounts of being found or bodies years ago, which we will talk about UFOs.
Going on to Area 51 and all that.
And Roswell, when it started out, that they did...
Autopsies.
They shot it down, and one was alive apparently, and I think there were 2 dead, so they would have done autopsies. Yeah, and nowadays you get stupid videos. This is the thing that spoils it when people fake it, because you've got to filter out what's real and what's not.
And you get to people who are going, oh, it's all a load of baloney because it was proved it was a man in a suit.
Yeah.
Or something. So, but they want people to have that thought, though, don't they?
Yeah.
The powers that be want people to think it's all a load of codswallop.
So there was one tiny body found in the Andes, Atacama. It's called the Atacama cover-up, and I'm going to mention Stephen Greer because I follow him and I think he's great whistleblower. And he actually went to see this body and got, they had it DNA tested and it's not human. And there was another one found in Russia, similar, and it's the same thing, but the body disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to this body, and it's never been found since. They don't know if the Russian government seized it, so all that's visible is video of it, like a video autopsy or whatever. But I trust Stephen Greer. I trust that, he's an intelligent man, and he did go and see this thing, and he did get it tested, and it wasn't human. Not saying it was extraterrestrial, because it might not be. But as we know it, it wasn't a human body.
You still agree with the gentleman who said about us all sort of meditating at the same time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for peace.
For peace, yeah. If we all do
So-
it, everybody in the whole world did it at the same time, that could happen. We could bring some
We could
peace
bring
to...
peace, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a thing that he does called CE5, which is Close Encounters. He invented it, Close Encounters.
Yeah.
So the fifth kind, I've done it. I've done it here in Cyprus, where we are, in the mountains. And we've got a beautiful clear sky. We've got very little light pollution. And it's a meditation to bring in. So what I'm going to talk about now is the interdimensional beings. Now, if they wanted to kill us, annihilate the humans, they would have a long time ago.
Would have gone.
Yeah,
Would have gone.
I think they're not bad. The reptilians are, and I think the reptilians are already here, doing what they're doing, and these intelligent, peaceful ones are trying to help us, and apparently they have already. They've stopped a lot of nuclear disasters, and they will keep saving us.
Isn't it the wars? I'm going to the reptilian wars. Bring on the energy of hurt, hate, depression.
Yeah.
And that feeds the reptilians.
Yeah.
Right. So the other lot, I'll
Yeah.
say the other
Yeah.
lot, are sort of trying to counteract it.
Yeah.
It's as if there's a war going on
Between them
around us.
Yeah, we're the pawns in the middle.
The puppets. That's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a war going on between, let's say, the devil and,
Yeah.
to some people, devil and
To some
God.
people it is religion,
like
yeah,
that, religious, yeah. And I reckon things are done, they're pushed and pushed to a really bad point, and all of a sudden it might get sorted out. Do you know what I mean? Because that power is
We're
greater.
being looked after.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
do believe that,
these
That's what
higher
I do
energy beings could be what religion call angels.
Yeah.
You know?
I know we both don't believe in a religion. Both of us don't. But I do think there is a good and an evil. Do you know what I
They're
mean?
not a good and an evil. There are evil and good. There's evil and
I
good
haven't
in
finished
everything.
what I was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
an evil force, an evil part of life surrounding us in different ways. And then there's good that's surrounding us in different ways and different forms, different people. I mean, Mr. Greer, right? What is he doing? He's been part of that
Peace.
good structure. Do you know what I mean? That he's trying to help mankind because he can see the bad, the evil, and the reptilian type and all that. I'm not saying he's got a helpline to the nice aliens. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. But he is trying to get people to see that this is going on.
And we can all connect.
Yeah.
And this is the
He's
thing,
very
we
much
can
about
all
getting
do
everybody
it.
together, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only just got come to know him, but I have listened to a few podcasts with him on, and he does go on about that, the fifth,
Yeah.
and the close encounters and the fifth and all that.
And all they want is universal peace.
But who wants that when you can make money out of
Or
wars?
control.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's controlling us is power.
Yeah.
And that's what the reptilians are about.
And I do
They
believe
are
some of the things that happen in the
lower energy,
world.
lower frequency being. Yeah.
That's a quite feeding. That's a food. That's energy source, isn't it? Am I surprising you here?
So this E5 meditation, when you meditate, it's all an inner thing. You invite them to come, and you have to let go of ego. You're not doing it because you want to meet aliens or you want to benefit anything. You need to be in that zone where you want world peace. You want universal peace, and invite them to come down. And afterwards, when you come out of this meditation, you either see them in the sky, and remember, for them to come into our 3D frequency, it's dangerous because the skies are being watched. God knows how many satellites we've got up there. How much junk is in the sky is unbelievable, and it's surrounding us. And with Elon Musk and his train of, it's literally like a choo-choo train of
and
satellites going
sorry,
by.
any fans of
Reminds me
Elon
of
Musk.
Santa.
Sorry, fans of Elon
No,
Musk, but
unnecessary.
he looks like a
He's
fucking
creepy looking.
He looks like an alien.
He does,
He
yeah.
does, and he might be a puppet for some reptilians. Who knows?
Yeah.
And what's he? Who done Facebook? Oh God, a tall bloke.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever it is.
Gutterberg or something. Gutterberg.
Good.
Steve Guttenberg.
No, that's flipping
Yeah, I
out.
know. It's something
Oh,
like that.
somebody's
Who
going to
knows,
shout
you know?
at the podcast
But
and tell
I'm
us.
not interested.
But they're
in them,
yeah, I'm not. But
Yeah.
the point being is, they have a very different kind of face. You have a look.
Yeah, I know.
You have a look.
I know.
Because they
Very
are
strange.
pawns in this world order.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. But like you're saying, I was saying about the meditation.
Contacting them for
if
peace and just to help heal the planet.
Now, if you're doing it in like we might do on the ranch here in northern Cyprus, right? And you're thinking you're on your own. This is what I'm getting at. There's probably somebody in Venezuela at the very same time doing the same thing as you, or Portugal, or Norway.
There are more and more people now doing this.
But they might be doing it at the same time you are. So don't give up on that.
Yeah.
Don't give up on that meditation, because believe me, I think the power would be so strong.
What I've seen, I did see lights in the sky. It is hard because there are satellites that, you see them going across very slowly, and then you have to watch it for a while just to see if it's going in a straight line.
See them of a night,
it's pretty much a satellite. We get a lot of shooting stars.
Yeah.
We get meteor showers here.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Feels like the
space.
sky's nearer here.
It does.
I know I
doesn't
sound mad, but
no, it does.
It
Even
feels
the
as if
moon. And that.
it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
It does. But I've seen shapes of beings, should I say. I've seen them on the land here, right outside here. I can't explain it as a shape, a diamondy shape type of thing. Not even like a human figure.
What about the boat?
Sort of
The story
up, out and back in.
Diamond.
Yeah, like sort of like up, pointy, and then comes out fat, and then goes back in again.
I was sorry.
Something else at the side, but and the colours, like I can't explain the colours. Sort of like see-through, rainbowy. It wasn't
like
a
prism.
solid thing.
Like a prism.
Yeah, that's a good. When the light reflects inside it, that's a good explanation.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just that you said it. I just thought of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. No, really, because it's a prism, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the light shines in, and and that's from what you're explaining to me. That's what I thought you might.
I mean, I've done healing as well, and I've had one come through me, and I've asked its name, and it was Metatron. Now that is an archangel, but I don't see archangels as holy. Bible type things. I see them as
you told the story that
beings,
yeah.
Entities, and what I saw was like a crystalline figure, and he's her. I don't think they have a sex, do they? They're not neither male nor female. The hands were on top of my hands, helping to heal this person, and I looked, and it was like a crystalline figure. And then I asked the name, and then afterwards I looked up Metatron, and it said he appears as a crystalline figure. And I thought, well, that confirmed to me that that was
what you saw. That
so there are healers.
Prism.
Yeah, so maybe I've got connections with healing, and I have done healing meditations in general to heal the earth, and I always do. I always bring in light healing from the universe or the 0 point field, and then down into the earth to heal the earth, and then spread it around the earth, and hopefully that will bring in ETs to help
the good
help this planet.
Yeah. Just a quick one about that boat in Cyprus, the gentleman who had the boat?
My cousin's dad.
Yeah.
Um,
I just thought it might be a
it
good...
was just that was a
good
UFO.
thing to finish on.
He didn't. I don't think he saw any figures in it.
Oh, right, it was just a
But
UFO.
you said there was one with they saw faces in it, didn't you?
Oh, blinking heck, yeah.
Yeah.
That was what's it, Turkey?
Yeah, so it's just up the road. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Turkey. You actually seen people in
In the craft.
and you're going, what? It's like people going, hello, what's that there? You know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah. Oh, what a good one. Bring it all back to Turkey in our area. But is there anything else you want to bring to the platter?
No, and just going back to the Greys and abductions and CIA, I think that the 50-50 thing, some of them are abductions, and people, I'm not saying, they're lying or anything, because I believe them, that they've been abducted. You will get some people looking for a bit of fame and fortune, or some people
I was took to a UFO and they had sex with me, and then
a UFO. You mean a
entity, the aliens
know?
came and got me and took me.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm making fun of it, but who knows? No. Who knows?
And then people have had implants and stuff and gone and had X-rays, and they've actually got
found them.
Things inside them. So it's real. Is it the CIA? Are they trying to?
Is it government in general?
Mind control, brainwash, and all this. What is their motive for doing it?
Well,
is it again to make the aliens look bad, so that if and when a war comes, we're gonna be all the bad aliens. You must save us from the bad aliens. When actually, we need to be on the alien side, because it's the aliens that are going to save us, and it's the powers that shouldn't be the elite,
the reptilian
presidents and the people that rule this world, the elite that have got money. They're the ones that have got us under their thumb. They're the ones that have got us.
You don't have to tell me.
So they're not our friends.
No, you don't.
The people that start wars, they're not our friends.
Tell you what, you don't have to tell me, right, that there's something in another universe. There's something here, there and everywhere to know, from my point of view, that we are being controlled.
Yeah.
In some shape or form. If I didn't believe anything, I would agree on that. Somehow, some way, we are being controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe that's a great way to end the podcast today.
Yeah. So love and light to everybody.
And don't forget, we are brought to you in association with TRNC.
And our Rescue family.
And if you would like to make a donation to this fantastic charity who looks after street dogs dumped outside the gate, basically dogs who people don't want and they need a lot of love.
Yeah.
Could make a donation to
SOS Dogs 2017 at outlook.com.
It's been fascinating. Our kid. It really has. And everybody, take a look at our previous podcasts on A Cosmic Conversation. And not sure what we're going to do next week.
Look out, because I think it's going to be UAPs, they call them now. UFOs.
Oh, right. You want to do something like that? Well, we'll see what we can come up with, because we just talk about this all the time. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support. And it's goodbye from Marie.
And it's goodbye from Tina.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.